Hello everybody, Simon with Quigg Coins and Bullion here, and today I'm taking you guys through the last two coin shows this last weekend. It was crazy fun. I met a lot of you guys as usual, but it was a ton of great time buying coins, currency, gold and silver, but the market was pretty high. It came down a little bit last week, and there was still a ton of people selling. Not too many people buying, but we'll talk about that in the close-up, but we'll give you a little bit of an update on the... And I got the new stuff up top. I'll show you that in a second. But just do a quick flyover. We got rid of a lot of our fine silver and traded that for gold. I know you guys go crazy for that stuff. So wanted to trade away some of the stuff that we get a lot of in the shop and be able to get you guys stuff that you want and need. Sold a ton of these cheaper slabs. We got cut down quite a bit, probably at least maybe one full grouping of those. For those currency, I'm hoping to pick up a ton more currency this upcoming weekend. I will be up in Fargo this coming weekend on Saturday at the Fargo Coin Show. So if you guys are up there, come say hi. Another thing here is I'm trying to offload towards the end of the year some of the bulk stuff. So I've got foreign bags here, 3 pounds of foreign for 45 bucks. That's 15 bucks a pound, I believe. And then I'm selling the 40s and 50s wheats for about 5 cents a piece there. And then 10s, 20s, and 30s for 15 bucks for a 100 count. And that should be a pretty sweet deal for you guys if you're just looking to pick some of that stuff up. And I figured that maybe someone coming in here with the penny finishing up may be interested in starting a new collection. Got the books, of course. Nice quality items there. Got the complete wheat cent albums, and of course the bulk nicer raw stuff as well. But we'll do a little bit of a high level overview of the pickups here. Gold page here, I'll show that to you guys a little close up. I was very pleased to pick up some nice slabs, some world stuff, some stuff for me, and then quite a few nice items for you guys as well. I picked up 4 complete sets of 2021 Morgan and Peace dollars. These have the PDOSCC and of course the Peace in there. Those will be for basically the wholesale price through the website if you guys are interested in that. Got some currency here. And then I did have a customer that sold me. He collects tokens, so he sold me about 125 town tokens from Minnesota. And I will probably just throw this up on auction as a group to start out and see if someone's interested in that. They go for $3 to $5 each if I was to piece them out. So it would be a decent deal to move them along to you guys or someone in Minnesota that might be interested. This was a nice pickup. I had a customer sell me a ton of, in each one of these I sold one of each at the show, but each one of these contains a ½ gram, and I'll show you the close-ups there. This is 1 gram, and then I am doing a favor to another dealer for these. I'll talk about those. And then a ton of 90% purchases at both shows, both Saturday and Sunday, and really happy to do that, move it along wholesale to you guys or to the wholesaler, just shipping it off there. But we will dive into the close-up and just kind of talk about state of the market. But let's dive in and talk about that right now. All right, everybody, so let's dive into the close-ups. And like I said, this was a nice way to end the weekend. Last week was a little slower. I didn't have much stuff that came in that was really interesting or consequential to produce any content on. And I was just actually working on backlog of work, getting some wholesale stuff figured out, as well as cleaning out some stuff for the end of the year accounting. But this weekend was very, very productive. I was able to acquire a lot of new new stuff for you guys to purchase, as well as stuff for me to just buy and make a little bit and move on wholesale. But we'll start with a few things that I purchased for myself. This was a private sale from a collector that I know locally through Instagram. I met him there on Instagram, and he actually lives in Minnesota, so he knows I am aggressively buying gold CAC. If you guys have CAC coins, gold CAC coins, older holders, please reach out to me and shoot me some information, and I'll make you an offer. I paid him pretty much full retail on this kind of thing, just to get it for my personal collection. But this is a 38D, and it is a D over D RPM. What I believe is that they were not doing certain attributions at this time at PCGS, and it does add some value without without being on the holder. But for me, I just purchased it like a normal gold sticker coin, full retail. And I'll be transparent, I paid $425 for this, which, may seem like a lot. The coin without the sticker in the holder is maybe $75. So I paid pretty strong on something like this, and I will keep this for my collection. Another thing, a couple things that I purchased online, just, again, came in last week, didn't have an opportunity to share. A few nicer foreign coins. These will probably just stick with me for now in my collection. And just nice, wholesome copper coin and hammered silver. Pretty interesting here. But again, not super expensive. It was under a couple $100 for the pair. But kind of fun there for me to purchase something for myself every once in a while. And we'll dive into the slabs for you guys. I got my paper here, and these will all be for sale on the website. I have a 1853/2 Great Britain halfpenny, and this is a really, really nice example. These are very tough to find from what I understand in higher grades, especially certified. Should I get this thing to focus? Boy, there we go. 3/2. The 2, I believe it's just popping over the top there. You can kind of see the serif behind the 3. And again, very, very nice. This will be $175 on the website. 1857 Great Britain large penny. Nice, great detail, nice brown coin. A little bit of luster left on that. That'll be $160 in the website there. There we go. That's a little better with the light. And comps for these are around $200 on eBay, and this is around $225, I believe, for those. Again, normally don't buy kind of common date stuff here, but I like the OGH, and it was priced right, and this is a little bit below retail since it is a common date, but I know these older holders are getting a little bit harder to find. So 1887 Philly, nice OGH holder. This will be $85 on the website. I got there's very little pickings, very slim pickings at these shows for nice quality coins, but there is a few coin dealers that always seem to have one or two, and I try to pay up a little bit to get them, as well as, you never know what happens during the week. Just like for me, I get stuff that sells to you guys that the other coin dealers don't get to see. But, really nice 1909 5-cent proof vault box, 5-cent nickel, and this is going to be available for $460 on the website there. Nice volt box coin. Got a spectacular 3-cent nickel. And if this does not sell, I'm just going to keep this because this is a phenomenal piece. This is really, really nicely well struck. Nice reflective surfaces. No hazing on this. And this will be available for $875. And the last certified coin here is a 1878 Carson City MS63. Couple of big detracting marks on it, but it is a nice 63, and that is going to be available for $675. Let's see those guys, and then of course I was able to secure on this Sunday. A dealer had a massive deal. He probably had 30 or 40 ounces of gold that he had purchased from a customer, and he wasn't selling it really, really cheap. But it was at a price point that I couldn't make a ton of money on, but I did pick up these from him. There was more available, and I actually split them with another individual so we could both make a little bit of money. It was always nice to buy more, but in this kind of market, it's better for me to, and again, I'll still make a good amount on these. I bought 4 sets. He bought 3 sets. So we'll each make plenty of money on something like this, and I'd rather us both make a little bit, and maybe he might bring me something next time or keep that in mind, or might give me a little better of a deal if he has something to sell in the future. So it's about building those kinds of relationships. But these have been crazy popular lately, kind of getting back into the front and center. And I have the full, so we have the P's, and again, pretty much all the Morgans are the same, except for there'll be a privy here where the mint mark is on like a modern Morgan. So S, D, CC is kind of funky looking because it's in this little circle thing. And then, of course, the O and the high relief. The high relief is probably my favorite just because it looks the closest to what the actual real deal is. But I was a little surprised when I saw what these are going for. They're going for about $2,000 to as high as $2,500, depending on the holders that they're in. And these are going to be available for the gray sheet wholesale price on the set, which is $1,865. And that is a kind of a very steep number, but I figure if I put them up on eBay, I would net right about that. So I'd rather sell them to you guys at that number. And I was surprised that the 21D, for some reason, is commanding like $800 to $900 each. And I would recommend you guys just go take a peek on just this coin. I was really surprised to see, because the rest of these are about a couple $100 each wholesale, and this was like almost $900 wholesale, which is wild. And there's comps to back it up, but really just surprised. So this whole set, I've got 4 of them available, would be available for $1,865. And if you guys are interested in something like this, I would be willing to take a trade or something like that, either for Bullion or other numismatics, because I know that for people that want these may not be willing to cough up that much cash to get something like this. But really happy to get these. I've actually had a few customers ask, and I may part them out if they sit for a month or two. But in reality, if they sit that long, they'll probably just go up on eBay and get sold. This was nice here. Another dealer had purchased 3 of these. So this is the 1990 $10 Eagle. 1990 is a key date for the series in MS69. These wholesale for $2,100. So basically, I am taking these for him and shipping them off to the wholesaler. And keep in mind, this is a 1/4 ounce of gold. So this is, 2 times the gold value, basically. And yeah, he was happy he got them in a trade or something like that. But he is a smaller dealer. He doesn't have wholesale opportunities. He said, hey, Simon, for $50 a coin, would you drop these off to the wholesaler and just cut me a check when you get them back or get the money? But, for this, really happy to help him out. And I do appreciate that there are dealers out there that trust me and are happy to, work with me and, scratch each other's backs and, make a little bit of money for each of us. And now the yellow stuff that you guys have been waiting for. This wasn't in the beginning, but I bought and traded quite a bit of my fine silver. We've got again, most collections have a couple rounds in them, or, maybe we'll get a tube here and there. It shows or at the shop, but I was able to trade a lot of that stuff for gold where you guys just tear through it. I cannot keep it in stock. You guys have just been going crazy on the gold. So as of the filming of this, we'll see if by the time this video goes live, if much is available. But as of the filming, all of this is available. So if you guys are interested, everything is priced as marked, and I will kind of run through that. But have a nice kind of AU uncirculated $10 lib. That is $2,000 on that one, which is just a hair over the gold value. Got a couple of 2.5 Indians here. The 1911 is about AU, or it is AU. Nice details on that. That's 550. And then this 1925 is also probably high XF, low AU, and it has a little bit of nice toning on that. I have 9 1-gram bars. These are available for $145. Nothing glamorous. They're all loose, no assay or anything on that. But these days, that seems like what a lot of people are buying just because that's what's affordable, which is crazy. But that is kind of what happens when gold is at a high like this. And I've also purchased from a customer, these are 1/2 grams. And I have, let's see, I started with 14 and I sold one of each. So I have 13 of each of these. These are from Ireland. I'll get these popped out here. But this is a 1/2 gram of gold. Kind of cool, something different. And it comes with the box and the paperwork and all that stuff there. 1/2 gram gold. So these are available for 75 bucks a piece. So basically you're paying a little more on top of the gram to get the fractionality or, you know, whatever, box papers, all that stuff. This one here, a little different, but still the same thing from Ireland. 1/2 gram gold. And we have 13 of these available for 75 bucks a piece. Those are nice. We'll get this tidied up here. And I've got one more gold item as well. Let's see. This is also kind of goofy. This is a 1 gram gold piece. It's JFK on there from Ireland. And again, paperwork, JFK coin. 1 gram gold, something different, and then it comes with a sterling silver round. For this one, this is going to be $145 for the gold, and then the sterling will just be at melt for that, and you get the box and the papers and all that stuff. And pretty much all the bullion, 90%, I don't put on the website because basically Wix charges me 4% fees. So if you see something in the show that you want, please call or email me, and I will take care of you guys if I still have the items available. Let's see, gold page here, I got this in a trade from another collector. He actually sold his gold. You know, he said, I want to, you know, I'm probably not going to finish this page. And the thing is with these is that Dansko does not make these anymore. So these retail between, it's like 80 or 100 bucks. So this will probably be available on the website for 75 bucks or something like that. You know, give you guys a nice little discount on that. So nice available there. Again, crazy that some of this stuff that you never think would be worth money is worth money. Let's see. Here we go. Just flash over these town tokens. Not going to go into these too in depth. But again, customer who he just totally gung-ho about all tokens, Minnesota tokens, Midwest tokens, Civil War tokens, Hard Times tokens. And I've purchased things from him before, and he said, Simon, I am, he's consolidating, he's, you know, he's older, he's, you know, retired, he's getting rid of some stuff, he's cutting down on his collection. So he's like, Simon, I know you're into these, and I may pick out 1 or 2 of these, but very likely I will just put all of these on auction together, probably for, like I said, between $3 and $5 a piece, total across however many pieces are in here. They'll probably be between 350 and 400 bucks. And again, they're cool. Two-Face, there's a lot of different denominations in here. 5 cent, $1, you know, casino token, 10 cents, you know, good for 1 drink kind of things. But it's all kind of local Minnesota stuff. If it doesn't sell as a group, I will probably part them out for, you know, $8 or $10 a piece in the shop. You know, I think this is something that, you know, people may be interested in. You know, if you're, oh, I grew up in whatever, you know, Green Isle, Minnesota. Oh, that's cool. I'll get that. But just something different. And I do want to have something to kind of cater for a variety of people. Not just the coin collectors, but paper currency, bullion, and all that other stuff there. And finally, we'll wrap up with the silver. I purchased, this was a sterling silver set. It's presidential stuff, and as sad as it is, this is just going to get recycled because, you know, silver is at an all-time high. You know, we get a lot of this in the shop, and actually a dealer sold me this, you know, make $100 on $1,500 or something like that, and just, you know, move it along with the shipment. But it is a little bit of a way to make money if you guys are interested in that. We're buying, you know, sterling metals like this, sterling silver flatware, gold jewelry, all that stuff as well. So please reach out to us and we'll take care of you there. Got that. And holy crap, guys, this is like a ton. I'll zoom out here for a ton of 90%. I mean, mostly quarters, but a lot of halves and dimes as well. I went into the show with a little bit on Saturday, and then I also purchased several large lots from customers over the table and at the show on Sunday as well, just walking around. Dealers, you know, again, may not have wholesale outlets, so basically, you know, you make 1 or 2 times face on this stuff, you buy it, you move it along, you help them out, you scratch their back, and they'll call you when you're able, they have something good that you do want that you can make some good money on. But 90%, that'll get moved along. And again, guys, if you're looking for this kind of stuff, please reach out to me. We don't keep, you know, this is a lot for us. It's probably 200, 300 face value of 90%, but you know, this is accumulation from collections the last couple weeks as well as the shows. And you know, we don't need this much on hand. We'll keep a little bit for maybe retail demand, but I know that each collection, you know, that's been coming in has a good amount in it or some, and it just adds up over the course of a week. So we don't need to keep this if there's not huge demand, but I know you guys are interested. If you want some, please reach out and we'll take care of you there. And then the last kind of odds and ends, Canadian stuff. These are dimes, quarters, halves, and dollars. Again, same thing with the sterling. You know, these are commemorative half dollars. And then, of course, you know me, guys, I love buying 40%, make a little bit, ship it along. Dealers do not want to have this stuff. It's a lot of money these days getting tied up in that kind of capital, but I am just happy to make a little bit, move it along to the wholesaler. But it's not glamorous, but it does keep the lights on. So that is kind of the highlights of the show. Hopefully everything will be available on the website as the video goes live, if everything goes well tomorrow. Tomorrow being Tuesday, being the day that this comes out. But I'm planning to have this all up on the website for all the coins, etc. And again, if you guys are looking for something, please let us know and we'll take care of you. But that is it for the show and tell from the last weekend's coin shows. And let's wrap this up and dive into the giveaway.
Hey guys, it's Sophia with Van Quigg Jewelry. I have just a couple things to show you today. I have some sterling, I have some gold. I think we're gonna start with the sterling. We have 3 sterling rings today. We have this green stone, a little bit more of a statement piece. This is $12. It is a size 7. Fellas, Christmas is coming up. We also have this traditional colada ring, again, sterling. This is a 5.5. It is $10. It's a little smaller, more of a children's or like a pinky ring. Finally, for our sterling, we have this large purple stone sterling ring. It is a 8.5 and is $15. I like this one. It's fun. It's pretty. Moving on to our gold, we have one 10K, and this is a very interesting piece. This is a Harley Davidson ring. Just kind of fun, unique, came in the shop. I thought it'd be fun to show you. It is 10K gold. It is a size 8, and it is $500. All right, that is it for our 10K. Let's move on to the 14 karat. We have 3 rings, and then also I wanted to show you this very fun tie clip. Again, it's 14 karat gold. It's this kind of screw, twisty design, kind of unique, kind of fun. It is $365. We also have 3 14K rings in white gold. This is I believe it's a 1.02 karat diamond in the center. It is the white gold. This is $600. It is a size 6.5. This black stone ring, I'm not entirely sure what the stone is, but again, we're just charging for what the metal is on this. Again, it's a 14 karat. This is going to be $510, and it is a size 9. Had a couple people looking at this. It's just very unique, kind of an interesting design. And finally, we have another 14 karat ring. This is a signet ring. It's got some gems in the top. It is more of a rose gold, but again, it's 14 karat. This is a size 8. And it is $665. As always, these will be up as soon as this video goes up on the Instagram. Go follow the Instagram. Go check it out. It is Van Quigg Jewelry. We're just posting some fun stuff over there. Help support us and help support the channel. And I will hand it back over to Simon.
All right, everybody. So let's get into today's giveaway. For today, I have a 1/4 ounce Noah's Ark silver. Pretty nice piece. Nice cameo look there. And I have decided to do a 1 gram giveaway for the, we'll just make it for 3,000 subscribers, so we'll need about another 600 people to hop on board, but 1 gram valued at about 145 bucks retail for that, for the giveaway, for the 3,000 subscriber giveaway. So like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, all that good stuff, and we'll continue to grow the channel together. Check us out on eBay, lots of good stuff getting uploaded pretty much daily now, bulk stuff, as well as watches, bullion, all that good stuff, some military items, stuff that may interest you guys, and we just get here and it's a good outlet for us to move it along to you guys. So if you're interested in that, please bid or reach out to the shop. The website is updated with a ton of new items, probably 30 or so new items just put up today, so go check that out and purchase them there if you guys are interested in those kinds of things. Follow us on Instagram for behind the scenes things here, Van Quigg Coins, and Van Quigg Jewelry for the jewelry, like you just saw with Sophia. She'll have her post up by the time the video goes up there. And let's grab the comments from the last video. 47 comments. Thank you, everybody. All right, Woodsy, you are the winner. Please reach out to claim your prize. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye now.